Hi everyone and welcome back to Chess for Charity. In this video, I'm going to show you an amazing checkmate in 6 problem, where it's a forced mate in 6 moves for the black pieces. If you'd like to, try to see if you can figure out what the mating sequence is before I show it. So to give you a moment, I'll quickly just mention that you should subscribe to the channel if you have not yet. It would be greatly appreciated. Half of the income that I earn goes directly to charity. We've given to a few charities in the last few months, and I just want to keep that up. So every subscriber, every like, every view, all that stuff helps so much. Okay, let's get into the puzzle here. So you might notice that the pawn, the knight, and the queen, as I had it, are all coordinating on g2. And that would be mate, right? If I could just put my queen right here, that would be mate if that knight was gone, right? Okay, so you might ask yourself, what if I just take this knight? And if you do that, and they take, you can't give mate here because it's covered. So maybe you saw that far, maybe you didn't. So it's always good to look for forcing moves. So maybe you looked at queen g2, which is a move that I looked at. Queen g2 check, after knight takes, you might think you have something, but it doesn't quite work. After check and king h1, you have no checkmate. It looks like you're close, right? But look at this. King h1, and they're safe. There's no mate. You have all these pieces right around the king, but you can't give check to the king. If only you could put a bishop like right here. But you don't do that. You can't do that. So that idea fails. So how do you find the winning idea here? Maybe you look down that road, maybe not. It's okay either way. Maybe even a queen sack. Maybe something like take here and then bring the rook up and over. Maybe you thought about that. Let me give you the first move. And if you want to pause it after the first move, maybe that'll help you in your calculations. Knight takes e3 is the first move. And I should then give you white's move. They could do other things. They could check you, but that's just going to lead to mate in a different way. But for the sake of this puzzle, they capture. So I just mentioned here that you can't mate on g2. So what is the move here? See if you can find the winning continuation from this position. This is now a mate in 5 puzzle. And we're going to walk it down one move at a time and see when it clicks for you. And let me know in the comments, when did you see the mate? So I mentioned really fast that if they were to check you, it would be a different position. The reason I said that is because if you could back up and you're going to mate them on this square. So I just want to make sure I say that. But they can't prevent it. If they want to sack the queen, or they can try to take here and then you take, it's still going to be mate. But just want to make sure I'm comprehensive there. So you play this move, they take you, now what? So the next move, f2 check. Now, after they recapture with either piece, or they go in the corner, but then that would just be mate. So I'm sure you see that. So after they recapture, this becomes a mate in 4. Can you find the mate in 4? Let's just say, for example, the rook on A captures on f2. Can you see the mate in 4 here? I think this is where you might be able to see it. This is a tough puzzle, but look at forcing moves and see if you can find the winning sequence for black. Let me know if you have. Again, in the comments, I'm interested. Did you see the mate in 6, the mate in 5, the mate in 4, the mate in 3? We're going to go down one by one. Let me know when you find it. The next move here is the incredibly brilliant move, Queen g2 check. Okay, now I'm going to tell you the move for white because it's forced. The rook takes. Do you see the mate in 3? I think that you'll see it here. I think that if you're following this channel and you like puzzles, I have a feeling that you like a puzzle like this and you'll be able to find it pretty quickly. If not, that's okay. We're learning. We're getting better. So improve your calculation abilities. See if you can figure it out. In this position, knight h3 check is the right idea. The king only has one move. It can't leave. This is now a mate in 2. Can you find it? I think you probably can. This rook is hanging. I take this. This is a mate in 1 after they block. And this one, I'm sure you can find. Not knight f2. That lets him out. Instead, rook takes rook mate. So, this is a mate in 6. Look at this position. I want to make sure you see this in real time. You take the knight. They capture. You want to see this g2 square, but you can't right now because of this rook. You want to see it unobstructed from white's defense. So you play this nice little intermediate move, pawn f2 check. Whether they take with the f rook or the a rook, it's going to be the exact same result. The same exact sequence will follow. Just for the sake of example, I'll show you with the f rook. I just showed with the a rook. So after this capture, this is a pattern that I think you really have to know. This is a really important pattern. A knight here on f4 is just deadly. It's just within jumping distance, and this rook on an open file, it's a killer. Queen g2 check, only move, check, only move, and mate to follow. Incredible mate in 6. I think that I would say that puzzle's around 2,500. I did it on chess.com, and I think it was like 25 or 2,600, and I just loved it. I thought it was so instructive because when this knight is here, that's such a killer. Having the knight, the rook, and the queen all coordinating, that's a pretty normal looking position for those pieces. So hopefully you can take that lesson in a real game and apply it. But yeah, let me know in the comments. Did you see the mate in 6? Did you see the mate in 4? Maybe the mate in 3? Let me know. I'm interested to see the different levels of the viewers. And if you have any suggestions, let me know those as well, because I'm always looking to improve my videos, improve my channel. The whole goal is to help charity, so I'm open to all of the feedback. But that's it for now. Thank you so much. Bye.